one of the first things I was thinking was, man, I need a break from having to be the head at all times. I remember that was the biggest thing that kind of came to mind as you all was talking. Like, I was like, man, like, cause Vic could tell, like, I never was one to want to go to the club or anything like that. I'm good just being around the fellas or whatever. And a lot of times it's just not having to be the head and having to direct everything. And oh my God, I gotta protect and provide. Like sometimes I just want to be me. And I think that's necessary. And I think there needs to be a space and there needs to be a viable option to allow a man to actually do that without making him feel bad for it. So I think that's the biggest thing that for me that I always think about when I think about, like, even if it's a guy's trip, I'm like, oh, well, what you doing? Like, I'm getting away from you. That's what I'm doing. Like, whatever I'm doing while I'm doing it, who cares? But I need a break from you. And generally I can come back and be a better man, husband, father, or whatever, because I got to get out and do whatever it is that I needed to do for me so I can come back and be of a service to you. And that's generally how I look at it.
Man, I get to go again? Did I go again or not?
Wait, I was gonna make him do it like that. Now you gotta go again. No, but no, no. I like everything y'all said. I agree. But I think we're missing a part of well, I guess you kind of went to it, but being your authentic self, the opportunity to kind of just be everything. Like I like the point you said, Mo, about I don't have to protect. It's like we're protecting each other. You know what I'm saying? So that's a thing, definitely. But it also comes with being my authentic self. So if I got a dirty joke to tell that I know women ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? Or if well, I tend to find that women don't find things we find funny and vice versa. So it's kind of like I'll tell a joke, I'll say a joke to y'all, and we'll be dying. And I'll be like, ha ha ha, hey, blah blah blah. And she'll be like, okay, like you know what I'm saying? And we're like, oh, that was funny. But vice versa, they'll come to us and be like, oh, this is funny, blah 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 blah. And we're like, no, not really. Yeah, I think y'all kind of missed it. So it's kind of it's an opportunity to kind of just be your authentic self. I know women have that same thing where they want to be amongst the girls. I mean, some of them are like catty or whatever. I think that to find a woman who can hang out with the boys with you, that used to be a thing. That used to be a test. I would say, like, if she can hang around the boys, like, and be cool and everybody kind of enjoy the vibe and nothing breaks. I enjoyed that kind of woman. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just, that's a hard woman to kind of find. Like, you know what I mean? Like, especially now that I think there were more of them then than they are now. What should I do? What you thinking?
I don't know. If you can hang out with my boys, I don't want you. So you friend zoned. I don't really want you hanging around my boys, especially if it's just my boys. You know what I mean? Like that's not even the vibe I want. You know what I mean? First of all, I don't even want the couple stuff, but it's better suited if it's the couple stuff. But if it's just me and my boys and you is in there vibing too good, nah, that's you like one of them girls who say I only got guy friends, and that's a red flag for me.
So as I matured into kind of the whole analyzing the dating scene or whatever, that was one of the things that I realized, because I was like, that's dope, kind of the what I call the former tomboy or the late bloomer or whatever. Like I was like, yo, they're dope or whatever. But what I found is generally those are the hoes. That's what I found. Yeah, they're the undercover hoes. Yeah, trust me, I know they're the undercover hoes. Yeah, more oftentimes than not, they're the undercover hoes. Like, but I mean, like, they were dope, and like you're like, oh, that's great or whatever, and then everybody leave, and then you do whatever with them, but at the same time, she's doing that with somebody else. Like, it is what it is. Like, so for example, I'll even give you an example. So I remember there was this one time somebody smashing, but if not everybody, but so for example, I remember I was dating a chick. I wouldn't call it dating, I was just talking to a chick, and I remember it was weird, she came out with this article that said you might be dating a dude from Pittsburgh if, and it had like 50 things and she wasn't even from she was from New York or something, and she had 50 things, and to me it kind of felt like it's a zodiac. Everything was yeah, everybody has a piece of that, but there were some things in particular that I was like, okay, and it was kind of talking about from the opposite side, a guy that can relate to almost every woman. He's a whore, and I was like, but the fact that she was giving me, she was reading me, it was telling me more about her than it was telling her about me.
But that's not the same. What guys can do and what women can do is two different things.
But that's a human thing, because if you can relate to it, like we always say, if you can make them laugh, you can make them comfortable, you in there. It's a human thing.
A girl can laugh you out of your drawers though.
Yeah. Yeah. On a slow Tuesday. Yeah. Look. I don't know if you remember it, but that's how Wings Wednesday started. Wine and Wings Wednesday. They wasn't supposed to be there. Wine and Wings Wednesday. Yup. Ha ha he he. Yeah, buddy. Look. After this show, y'all gonna think about it. Y'all gonna be like, dang, I done hit some former tomboys I wasn't supposed to. They done laughed me out my drawers.
Hey, I gotta put a poll up. How many guys been left out of their drawers?
Wow, yeah. Be like, you so crazy.
Right. That's wow.
Took them jaws right off.